with a stick.
Alright, we'll see
It's a jungle
how
out
much...
there. I had to beat an old lady with a stick.
Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Immediately.
Pool table.
Okay.
Down.
Maybe not. Knock on wood that stays the way that
Pool
it is.
noodle.
Let's get going.
Whoa.
Oh, I forgot
Noodles.
to do
Let's get down.
that. That goes away. Yep.
We'll go.
There. There you go.
I need to go get it.
Oh, I can use these.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, my
Never
straight.
back
I like
down
that.
with a shell cake?
Oh, that.
No.
That
What?
doesn't sound right.
Cool. That's kind of cool. That's
What about
interesting.
Sound.
Actually, that's pretty interesting.
I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
You know what?
Let me isolate his voice.
That looks nice.
Interesting. That is stupid. Why did you make him? You made him all purple. He became purple. Purple
I
guy.
want to know
What is
why
that?
he says cake here.
You can.
I'm doing that. That looks cool.
Never back down with a.
Where's the chain of rainbow?
Because I said it to be.
Don't mess around with the screen again.
We'll see.
See the other colors of the screen.
Where we're at.
Is the blue one a little too bright? I
Never
can't
back
tell.
down. What?
Yeah.
That looks like our
Never.
last one, yeah.
Back.
Oh, there's the guide.
Okay. So.
Interesting.
All right, let's see.
Grab the ass.
No.
Yes.
Alrighty then. I don't hear pretty
Alrighty
much
then.
anything else, but the first thing that I actually registered, just grab the ass. Alrighty then. Okay, here we go. Now, if I can remember the voices because it's been like a month.
Yeah, if I can do the voices because I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
You're right there, the dispenser. Spies
So,
sapping my sense.
I've already done it, Adam. There you go.
When are we playing Schedule 1 together? Hi, Adam! Yay, I'm dying!
It's like, maybe for
a
the
good
next
question.
3
I
weeks
could
that
play
we
Schedule
don't play
one right now.
Danganronpa. There we
What
go.
is that hairstyle? Holy shit. Did he get struck by lightning?
I love it.
It's like, this is the only week for the rest of the year that we do Danganronpa.
I'm dead for the rest of it.
He either got struck by lightning or his hair
You're
is just made out of a
joking,
bunch
right?
of million spider hairs. Or spider legs.
Oh, perfect.
Is that a Dragon Ball character?
Oh, right, they're still doing their own voices for a little bit. Remember?
Oh, yeah. It is kind of hard hearing a bunch of other stuff going on at the same time.
Yeah, don't mind me being here. I just exist.
No, it wasn't that she didn't want to buy it. She just didn't want to buy it right now.
It's $20.
Unfortunately.
I told you we literally just got to that part. And then you crashed out.
You were saying it was the Jill thing. That was the last thing. I was the one saying that we had just gotten the
I
revelation.
don't think so. I think you were wrong. I've been watching baddies all day. I don't know what to tell you. That's another story for another time. It's not a, this is a PG chat, not that show.
Other games we can play until then that you already own. Smile.
Yeah, keep going.
Yep.
Ignore me.
Fujisaki was totally a guy. He was a cross-dresser.
Kind of like mixing the bright blue.
Really on fire. I wish I had killed him. So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh?
guess that kind of works.
20 PG soon Maniac 29
That's kind of funny.
When has this channel ever been PG, though? I mean, one of the early
So anyway,
games
I'm
I played
baddies.
was Yakuza 0, so...
Hmm.
But I thought pretty much a lot of Twitch wasn't PG already.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Wonder if it has to do anything with masculinity.
I mean, who cares, girl, boy, happy times, dead,
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm a more feminine male, but I don't care.
The US right now trying to pass
I'm a femboy.
Zero, increasing the age minimum you allowed to show ads from 13 to 18. If the
Oh, no.
It's a really convincing voice, is all.
I'm gonna swing from the chandelier.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna change a few things. I'm sure it's not gonna change their rules much. You know, on allowing certain things.
I am now going to have to do this.
I think Chihiro.
Because now
See, I
I'm
didn't know about
actually a
that. Thank
guy.
you.
cannot see.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either, but still, thought it never crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
That means Ritsu will be banned from all websites, Kappa.
Yes, totally. Totally will.
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used
I'm banned?
Junko's handbook
What did I
to get into
do?
the girls' locker room.
Apparently,
What?
being
I'm over
under
18.
Yeah, I'm like, you're older than me.
I'm an old person.
Back in
I just-
my day. Just make your own back in my day statement. Back in my days. I can't
I'm
talk.
5 mentally. That doesn't count. I watched Baddies today.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be my excuse for a lot of things. I'm sorry.
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand.
What is
the
going on with that
movement of the
zoom?
body, but yes, that does seem
The
plausible.
Danganronpa has some things in it.
It's funny.
It's a Japanese game, so you can expect some weirdness.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain
Don't feel him.
inconsistency to his
He's
female
dead.
This is the most titillating
No.
situation.
Hey, look, it's the
And now she's talking about being titillated.
Yep.
Done.
So now everything
Tit.
What is going on?
all
Tit.
the mysteries are
You know
clear.
where to find me if you need me, Adam Blur.
Okay, well,
I'm extra
later,
mentally
Chihiro.
unhinged when I'm tired.
We still think
You're welcome.
Remember?
That's completely understandable.
Very interesting.
And
This has become
sicker
very
than I
interesting
know.
indeed.
Super tall.
He's off in his own little world.
Is that a hamster?
Are you a hamster?
I'm trying to
Possibly,
remember if they've
no.
called him a hamster already.
I mean, it's not even
I mean,
because he's fat. Like, look at
his
his
gifts are
facial.
literally
Look at his
seeds.
Not even because he's fat or anything. Just look at his face. He, that's not a human lip.
I mean,
You can't make that face?
No.
Do it.
He has a nose, and what the hell is underneath
He
his
does
nose?
have a nose. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you.
that's supposed to be his
He's not
mouth.
Voldemort. He has
So
like
this-
one
this
big
is-
tooth, and then a mouth
Yeah.
that's open, and he's going,
Yeah, but like, yeah, I understand the nose part. Those are the two nostrils, but what's underneath the nostrils? Not the mouth. Like in between the nose and the mouth.
His
What the hell
upper
is that?
lip.
Heck was that?
It's like a
didn't
really
do that.
fat upper lip.
That is a really fat upper lip.
What about
Where,
you,
if that's the case, what happened to his
Everything
lower
before.
lip?
Do you still think
He would just
Bianca
be
was
all,
the killer?
just have like just giant lips,
Just giant puckered lips.
giant
Which is
pucker
not
lips. Yeah.
out of the ordinary for him. Because he's the ultimate fanfic writer.
Oh my god.
Yes. And he's that kind of person. He's a snob.
What are you trying to say?
No, like, he was talking about with the previous chapter how my character and her were gonna get together or something like that.
Bruh.
Mhm.
Oh, so he's a shipper.
Yes, he's
OTP.
he's a shipper.
Oh, you should ship her.
And then,
Anyway.
yeah, and then the other one, the crazy one, Genocide Jill, she's the ultimate romance novel. I think it was the ultimate writer, but it's like romance writer specifically is what she does.
The
all the
only thing
characters
I
here are
know about
ultimate
her is that
something.
she's like normal, and then she's crazy, like Norman Osborn and Green Goblin, and she really likes scissors for some reason.
Yes.
Lots of scissors.
Yeah, technically hers hasn't been revealed yet, but if I remember right, she's the ultimate detective. For the one we're on right now. Hers hasn't been
Spoiler.
officially revealed yet.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But
I guess it's time for Jack.
And then this is the ultimate lucky student. Our main character.
I think he might not actually
Oh my
be the
god,
killer
our main
after all.
character speaks?
This is a
On
section
his
where they
own?
talk. Most of the time, it's just text. So we'll be reading them out.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
Also, this is Pool.
Pool! Pool with donuts!
She's the ultimate swimmer.
Do you like pool?
And donuts.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across
No
the
money,
corpse in
no
the
money,
girls' locker room
no
and
money.
decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the
Effing.
truth.
Coward. pussy.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
There's the zoom in again in the.
Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be
I love
executed
that.
along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Maybe. You've done fucking nothing this entire time.
Anyway,
am I an
let's
ant?
discuss
Yes.
this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means
I got it!
since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you'd need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer? I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No!
Good job.
Good thing I missed the first time.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
See?
Where? Hello? Am I lagging?
Stream. Stream just died.
I have no idea. Are you?
I think so.
Oh. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It's back.
That's why I'm waiting. See if it decides to be functional again.
Where?
We go.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
And I assume. Is this me?
No. No.
Hold on.
Just,
I can't hear you.
I'm just paused. Just switching some stuff around.
Okay. I was confused for a second. Like what I do.
But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Yeah, I can't.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Or some bits. That'll help my ear. Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. It's definitely not
Chihiro
close
told me he was
oh well.
in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry?
In a hurry.
Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
I wonder who it might be.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Why? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it. As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does track jacket really have some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard.
First
Anyway,
of all,
I'm gonna
we
go
know
over
where
to take my
Chihiro
leave.
was headed.
You all have fun.
He was on his way to
Enjoy
go
the stream.
exercise. So
Bye-bye.
next we have to ask,
See you.
why
Bye-bye.
did he choose the specific
Goodbye.
tracksuit
Also-
that he did?
Also,
What
before I
do you
go,
mean, the specific
Don't.
it
tracksuit?
was me! I'm the one that killed him!
Picked that tracksuit.
I did it like this!
It matched the one the culprit
What
was
did
wearing.
you?
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Shoot!
First of all, we know where Chihiro... He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is
I
black.
think that's
Yeah, that is the
what he
right
just
one.
said.
It's
You
just,
don't even have a
it
tracksuit.
confused me for a second because
This exercising
it's hitting the
sucks.
black.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really
You get
help
it
us
from the
getting closer
warehouse.
to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Oh, yeah?
You heard him, right? What
I
he just said
wonder.
without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
No, that's
I
wrong.
think that's literally what we just did.
I waited a little too long and it hit the next line.
Hold on a second, Mondo.
Is
What did
happened
you
the
just
first
say?
time.
I just have to be sarcastic.
Huh? What'd I say?
What you're saying? What
When
you're
Celeste
saying is
testified a few minutes ago.
saying.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry?
Genius.
Yep.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. There was a certain
Because I
turning
hate
point
it.
that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, it seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh boy.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
It's not.
Oh, so fine. That's it. But I have mine. Whose is it? Better come back.
Shoot! I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
But it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I wonder how they got broken. It totally wasn't maybe a fight earlier on in the chapter.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Yeah.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, Then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
I don't remember which one did. I think it was one.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill! I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
Oh, right. I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine! See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine! See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine! See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Ah, boys.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
After this long
If
episode,
what he
this one
says is
photo.
correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Are you sure, Mr. Spaghetti Head?
Makoto was wrong after all.
Spaghetti Josuke hair.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong. The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Here's exactly what happened.
If I end up losing it right here.
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room. But how
Look
could
at
the
the way.
victim... Simple. Because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. Here's exactly what happened. And attacked it. And that's where the blood stain... It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster,
And, yep. Now, let's see if I'm gonna end up redoing the whole thing. That would be good.
I refuse to give up yet!
Damn it. There it is.
Oh, baby.
That's not the right one. There we go. That would have been funny, getting all the way to the end and then it's just a dumbbell.
Here's exactly what
You
happened.
get all the way to the end.
First,
and
let's
then
take a look back
it
to
says,
before
oh, by the
incident."
way, you're on the wrong case. Your case is in another castle.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro at the
in another
time.
school.
She was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl? Simple, because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. Here's exactly what happened. Which is why then, removing...
Odd. What's that?
The killer is... you! Which is why then, removing the...
There we go.
And finally carrying a girl's handbook was necessary to get into, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. Here's exactly what happened. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
I'm sure nothing would happen.
Nice.
Nah, I'd win.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong!
Not me.
I won't listen!
You really have gone this long?
False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it. If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Yay!
Whoa!
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Yep, sadly you did.
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
I came in the end.
Welcome.
Will you make the right choice?
Remember, no
or the
spoilers, but
dreadfully
he has
wrong
not
one?
known.
What's
Yep,
it gonna
we're
be?
getting to the end of what I
What's it
actually
gonna
do know about the
be?
game.
Yay!
What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Black Angel that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada!
Nah, I want everyone first play on this game be the best possible.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Yoda chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. But I refuse to believe it. There's no way. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why?
Dang.
Why did you do it?
Now then.
It looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't want to hear it, you can just hit the B button to fast forward the text.
Dang.
Just mashing the B button
Brutal.
IRL.
Can I turn off the YAR voice in my messages? XD, I don't want bother you
Can I
gameplay
turn off
XD.
the
No,
voice
you're
in the messages?
good. I don't think you can turn it off for you specifically. I like to have it on because if I don't, I'll tend to actually miss messages.
Just tell him something like super strange and mildly un.
Yeah, it's no bother at all to have the messages.
I don't hear it because I have to mute stream or I would hear it like 6 times and myself, and I don't want to do that.
And his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able nobody will be able to see anything but even though you're a no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
Weak.
Baby.
Once the killing game had begun here at school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, in this world of survival of the fittest, if you're not strong, you don't survive. And I did the lovely and hateful Monokuma. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secret. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would have been the end. The heart and shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust in such dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also want to keep things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
He almost went.
I want to change.
I'm gonna get stronger. And accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought in the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to?
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So... that doesn't sound like Chihiro.
Chihiro.
So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. Yeah, I feel the same.
Poor baby.
And he thought that only Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
Yep, the voices tonight. Or no.
Yeah. So when that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro.
Huh? Did what he did.
I'm so used to them voicing it now that I'm like, what?
What? Wait, it's not voiced?
What do you mean I have to do work in this household?
You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have been immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... He tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all he could keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed.
Oh, that was Makoto.
That was me! Fine. Go ahead, talk now.
Now it's Ritsu stealing the lines.
In my life.
To be fair, I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that it was Makoto.
It's fine, I won't tell everyone.
What? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, his secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, made all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo had even ever gotten on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust. Or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic old brother put together a local motorcycle gang. Before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, is number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. Kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Would someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. No, my own characters are talking over each other.
Your own characters are as confused as the rest of us.
Yep. But during the race, tragedy struck. Kid Brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the elder brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Kid, rest is up to you. It's you and me. Promise. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the game. In order to keep the gang together, keep the promise to his brother. He never admitted to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the
The
kid
dude died saving his brother and with a smile, Chad.
Yep. Kid messed his big brother. Taya was going to lose to his big brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Strong. Strong, 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 strong. As soon as the killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets. And at that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on a secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kind of fuzzy uneasiness. It just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. But after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself up in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. Felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. Can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying
What?
if I am real... You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. He was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you
What?
making fun of me?
What?
I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creep. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
Really just admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than Dia! I don't remember anything after that. I woke again. He was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell on my head. I was just staring at it, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. Weakness like that lived in a heart. Cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him! You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, or a memory. But that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I
Flying
want to say.
Begal, as they said.
Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution? Yes, by motorbike.
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blanket that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
But hold on!
Now then, I propose prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker king leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Yeah, I think they did say flying Shambhalagalas.
Yep. Definitely. I said.
I think I remember that part.
Sorry.
Did he? Do you think he
just
said
turn into
wait?
Toad? He just became a fungus man.
Stop it.
He just suddenly turned into a fungus.
I said.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
My cat's tail is wagging.
So if Ritsu dies in the next 5 minutes, we know why.
Bro, what you on about?
Execution scene.
My favorite.
Yeah. Huh? I'm curious to see them all. He has his own little wig.
Of course he does. You gotta look fabulous. I can't believe this is the last thing you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will miss you.
The cage of death.
Honda's like, wait a sec.
So incredibly fast.
And now
Gotta go
electrocuted.
Yep.
Fast.
Faster, faster.
Fast.
Faster, faster. Faster. Faster, faster.
What remains?
Nothing.
You shall
Nothing?
see.
Incredible.
No, don't lie.
Yeah, no, just
Something remains.
Huh?
We got Mondo butter.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I remembered the cage. I remember the bike in the cage, but I did not remember the Mondo butter.
He is a butter now. No question.
He has butter now, and now we can eat him. That was the goal, right?
Yay.
Yep, totally.
Yes.
Dead. Your soul will be forever. Peace.
Captain Ereko has followed. Smile.
Well, he
Thank you for the
killed, so I mean, he got killed.
YouTube, Union
Anyway,
Flavet.
butter?
Captain Ereko has followed.
How the hell did you get butter?
Thank you for the double follow.
Yay, follows.
My brother. Oh wait, I didn't do it right. My brother. He's just Toad now.
I hate that you're gonna do this, and I hate that it's probably gonna stick.
It's totally gonna stick.
And that's the worst part.
Because of the way you make him sound when he gets so angry, or quote unquote angry. It doesn't even sound like he's angry, he's just screaming his lungs out.
Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly. I feel like I might be going mad. Well, I don't have to do that
too.
one.
Bro.
Or that one.
Do it again, do it again.
Do it again.
Again and again and again and again.
Just makes a soundboard of that.
We would, is the worst part.
yeah, we would. As Taka sad screams and painted our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. What's a disappointment? This is the end of our game. But Yakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this is a game of life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? It's obvious. Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, motionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me at the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in my head. Usually.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too?
Never mattered. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue.
Wait, I decided to my own, which is when I stepped up on. I spotted Mod coming out of the fog. Gone? Inside and saw what? What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been?
Huh? Sorry, did I get you sick?
No. Hopefully
Everyone's
not.
sick these days.
I mean, what a
Even my
waste of time to
cousin
have the
got
answer
sick.
revealed right at
I've been sick for about a week. Like,
Which is
properly
why
sick.
I decided when to help him. I bet it would liven things up.
What did
You
I do?
did all that to liven things up?
I mean,
I see.
if knowing that your friend is dead doesn't like things up, what will?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with who, you know, Yakuya is, I can see why spicing up a murder scene like that would give him excitement.
So he's a sociopath. I mean, I already gleaned that much, but yeah.
I mean,
Pretty much.
whenever he's part of basically the Dark Council, yeah. He knows secrets that no normal person would ever. Anyway,
Oh,
Yoko?
after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that. To create a fake murder scene.
But
Yeah, and we hadn't figured out who really done it. He would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before I reached out. Of course. Yakuya turned to look at me. I could feel his shock. years ago. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Whoop.
Correct.
So that was your reason.
Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I would like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all oak to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Mean.
What the heck?
Mean.
They just like to repeat things this episode.
Yeah. Good grief. Don't you understand that you have to pick apart every... I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. Doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stay. And as dead, everything...
Ooh, how exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a child's criminal. You just say this. After I've achieved your limits, I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the goal. For which victory is a foregone.
You're getting all riled up!
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Timber. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter pealed across the court. Shihiro? But I knew that wasn't the end. Killing game still continued. It's the mastermind. Those of us who are still alive, our worst fear and despair. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, It'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
One thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it?
This Stray Man is always behind everything.
Yep. 16 price.
Ooh. My. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask
Gray Man
anything,
is the hottest one here. You.
Gray Man is probably in every single one of these, I think, when the murderer is not determined.
He's the ultimate killer.
Yeah.
He is the ultimate killer. He's practically immortal every time.
He's just the narrator for Monster Prom. This is what happened after Monster Prom for the narrator.
I mean, that could follow the story in a sense. Good morning, P. Oh, you gotta lay down a different way. Why are you in my pillows?
Demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Despair.
Yep. At Hope's Peak Academy.
Surviving.
Alright, that's it for the stream. Okay, bye. No.
Crazy, dying.
He's not, yeah, crazy that we're ending the game forever now. You will never find out what happens past 2.
Oh, great, because
I'll never get past chapter 3. I'm just like Valve.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm slow. What the hell?
I downloaded this music video thing, and now I don't know where I freaking saved it. Like, it's not on my phone anymore, and I don't know what happened.
Oh, no.
It just disappeared. And I was just using it in an edit. And, like, it's legit just gone from my phone, and I'm like, I literally just used you, like, a half hour ago.
Damn.
Or it was like an hour. It was like an hour and a half ago. Same thing. Miranda Cosgrove. Oh. Oh, okay, I forgot about this.
Oh, it's Sniffles. I thought it was just a...
I forgot about the fan service in this game.
Oh, no, there goes my Twitch.
She said her line.
Indecency.
I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts.
I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. And pool. I need to eat pool. That'll cheer me up.
The whole pool?
Yep,
Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, pool, cream-filled donut holds, malasadas, pool.
Malasadas.
Oh, God of donut, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. I just want to eat pool. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
And pools.
And pool. Gurn.
I really gotta leave. This game never ends. I need to find some place to end to leave.
Gurn. Huh?
Just like the game, it never ends. Just like the game. I gotta go. Bye.
See ya.
Huh?
Huh?
What was that sound? Gurn. Sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But
It's getting laggy again. I'm
Oh,
super
boy.
scared, but is someone there? Gurn. Oh, the gurn. I know. Forgot where this started. Yeah, she got me. Thanks, babe.
Alrighty then.
Yay! Yeah, we're going to this one.
Oh, no.
We're going into this one.
Waiting after the conclusion of the second quest roll. Everyone went up to the dining room, just like always. I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected.
What do you mean I hadn't watched a music video?
Today's count kinda sucks, huh? Toko and Yakio still refuse to show up. And I haven't seen Miss Asahina anyway.
She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Hopefully there's pool in her room.
I have an entire pool in my room. They have donuts in it. That is rather unusual for her. Normally, she is so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then,
So it's just the 7 of us then.
Yeah, is that right?
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Kiyotaka, you there? You there? You good, buddy?
I think he's fine.
It's not like his best friend was just killed yesterday or anything. Taka hasn't said a word since everything happened yesterday. One look at his face showed, yes, it's something. Must be years ago. The two of them became so close. And then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. I need to watch I can't even imagine.
well,
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way out. We have no idea if help's ever gonna come.
It's like
I'm a little depressed.
We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now.
To live here forever?
Well,
Here, we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, and our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? Why did I have a stroke? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you are longing for?
is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. A society grows, so it does its perversion. In which case, it is our current situation, not...
Even Angel Punchy, pretty punchy princess.
Huh?
What?
Here we go!
Yay! Hill Shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon, Cat Girl, Dog Boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King, and what I mean is there's no 2D in here!
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind had put such base desire to their advantage, bending you to its will.
You know?
Okay, well, anyway. Since Taka's, like, catatonic. As the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So you're actually doing something finally? Are we sure that you're actually gonna do something finally?
Well, it matters if he has his crystal ball.
That was destroyed
And
by
pool.
Leon.
Exactly, so now he's not gonna do anything.
So, we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right, right?
Well, since the class trial is over and all.
Perhaps.
There should be new places for us to investigate.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Once we are done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste?
I almost started talking here.
Do ya, punk? There what may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life's desire. I make up words.
And just as we were starting to come together, she barged into the room. Conversation.
You called for me, and so I appeared.
Oh, boy.
You called for me! Genocide!
What? Ah! Nobody called for you! What the? How come it's Genocide Joe and not Toko?
Yes!
God, this place is amazing! Finally, a place I could just be my murderer self! Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me.
Damn, Jill! I didn't know you were like that!
Yep, good enough.
Yep.
Plus, I have another battle to fight. Oh, get ready for what you really want. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype.
You SOB!
I gotta destroy that stereotype.
You SOB!
I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches.
You are a killer with a split personality. Yeah, she weren't here. My chances of survival would go up at least 10%.
Hold on. My screen has not caught up. Odin.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need little people to hold them up.
All right.
Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. Can't do anything on an empty stomach.
You're right. Let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation.
I don't think I could word it any better.
Yep. So, we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer. And after a much needed, but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Lockers. Nothing out of the ordinary about them. Not yet. Have a look. Its own part. Stop it. No point to get out of here. Alright. Stuff. It's open. So I guess now we can enter here too. Let's use it to keep drugs and stuff. Trash can inside.
Could it be?
It's changed to this. More differences with meat walking. There's a third floor. I guess that's where they use it. I wonder what kind of crazy stuff is up there. First, items. That's what are you doing? Yeah. Isn't it obvious? I'm reading.
Come on.
I was hoping followed in a place like this. Sorry. Looks like everything's been turning normal. Everything's going. Model poster in back. It's just like Messiah Cat. Monokuma must have done it. I was like, where's it at? Wait. Oh, there, also right. Oh. Third floor of the academy. I wonder what we're gonna find this time. Let's. More pool!
Ma'am, are you coming over my lap? Oh! Scared my cat.
I look cool!
Whoa!
So this is.
Let's see.
A recreation room. A place for students to come and relax.
I never would have imagined school in a place like this. Oh yeah? The college I went to very briefly had a room somewhat like this.
I would have imagined school having a place like. Never would have. Never ever.
Never. Totally not. I haven't. My school had multiple arcade machines. I think a couple of pool tables. Pretty sure it was a Switch and a Wii U. Plus some other things.
Well, no normal school would. It has Othello, shogi, and even a dartboard and pool table. And look at this. They even provided us with remarkable number of magazines.
I wonder what type of magazines they're gonna be.
Isn't it wonderful?
Those will certainly be helpful in keeping our bedroom at bay. Boredom, not.
I read it as
Anywho.
bedroom at first as well.
Listen up!
It was like a weird thing to keep at bay.
Yeah. Ring, ring, ring. Hello there. Allow me to expound. We've got fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, video games, baseball, science, all kinds of magazines, including multiple on Leon. And Junko. But nothing dirty. This is a school after all. If you get a quick fix, check out the swimsuit bags.
So then,
And will you be adding to our collection as new issues come out?
Too bad.
Sorry, no can do. Even if I wanted to, I know magazines are kinda what?
Watch out!
Oops! Nothing. Never mind. No. Anyway, that's it for my expedition. Bye-bye! Okay.
What he just said.
No, it bothers me too.
most unfortunate.
Life here would be that much nicer if he could add some new issues once in a while. How disappointing.
Really? Without getting regular updates, most annoying. There's even a dartboard. Did Wanda come up with this here? Or was it always part of the school? Oh, hey look, a coin to play the dartboards. Copy of Othello. I'm pretty bad at it. 4 coins. A pool table isn't normal school equipment. Is this like the Monokuma? Or did the school buy it? Funny, got another coin. And a coin for Pool!
Oh!
So, I'm down here alive. I'll never look at surveillance cameras the same way again. There's a table here. That's one of the desks in the classroom. But most kinda ignored. This looks like some kind of bottle. But what the heck is it? Maybe it's just for a decoration or something. Yeah, just many Monokumas holding chess pieces. Yeah, that's very normal. Or another couch. Looks pretty comfortable. Tired of it. I missed what the first thing.
Oh!
Cool!
Oh!
We just changed Peak's name to that. Just, cool!
I might have to. I don't know what
Entirely for the joke.
Freaker.
So in the end,
She gone.
Yep.
It doesn't even matter. What? The windows up here are also barred with metal plates. Not surprising, I suppose.
Going back to it.
So escape still looks. Oh, that's you.
impossible. Yeah. It took me a minute to realize that it was me.
That one's.
It would seem.
So the third floor opens up this time.